So far, the U.S. has limited itself to calling for arming Syrian rebels without taking any official action. It's made no promises, though, about not selling weapons to neighboring states. A recent report has shown that the Middle East is a frequent and favored client of the American arms trade. RT's Gayane Chichikan takes a look at where that perilous policy might lead.
The world may be terrified of a potential war with Iran, but for arms producers, tensions, fear is good business. So it is for the United States. According to a recent Congressional Research Service report, within just 1 year, the U.S. has tripled its arms sales. Tripled. Here's how it looks in numbers. Just around $20 billion in 2010 and over $60 billion in 2011. $66.3 billion to be exact, according to this report. As far as the U.S. share on the global market, it's almost 80% of all world's arms sales. Have to mention this Congressional Service research derived the numbers from unclassified arms sales reports. Now, who provided the spike in sales? That is mostly the Persian Gulf states. Half of what the U.S. sold last year went to Saudi Arabia. 84 advanced F-15 fighters, a variety of ammunition, missiles, and logistics support, dozens of attack helicopters. But why this spike? Looking at the graphics, one might think something is brewing here. Apparently, many experts think the same. We spoke with Daryl Kimball of the Arms Control Association. Here's what he said.
We often see conflict emerge after a group of states in a particular region with tensions have bought or built weapons. So this does not necessarily ensure security, but clearly the insecurities of the region, the doubts about maintaining peace between states in that region are driving these wealthy countries in the Middle East to buy U.S. weapons.
There's already a war going on in the region. The civil war in Syria. Saudi Arabia and other Gulf states are actively involved in that war. They're funneling weapons to the rebels in a strive to bring down Assad, Iran's longtime ally in the region. Many experts talk about Syria as a stepping stone to Iran. In a sense, the war on Iran has already started. The spike in arms sales could be a graphic sign of it. It's hard to claim that arms sales is the end game for the U.S., although it does profit handsomely from the sales. In February 1945, President Roosevelt, at a meeting in Egypt with Abdul Aziz bin Saud, the founder of modern Saudi Arabia, pledged to defend the kingdom in exchange for a steady flow of oil. Up to this day, U.S. actions in the region have been consistent with that goal. The U.S. has armed the Gulf states to the teeth, turning a blind eye to widespread human rights violations, lack of democracy, terrorists, turning a blind eye to a lot of things. The question is whether the world is ready for another devastating war in the region. I'm Gayane Chichikan, RT.